happening? This is Joshua Boetsi and you're watching Sporting Icons.
The moment, the clarification that I've been telling you guys for well over a year now, that Deontay Wilder never wanted to fight with Joshua and doesn't want to fight with Joshua and will never ever fight Joshua, happened last night. So thank you everybody to point out to me about the Boxing Voice interview with Deontay Wilder and of course Shelly Finkel. Needless to say, I didn't watch all of it. It's 3.5 hours long. If you guys have that much time, you guys crack on. So I kind of skipped through like a whole segment of certain parts. So I'm not quite sure what it is that I may have missed. Obviously, I can't talk about the entire video because I'll be here all day. Anyway, so the bits that I managed to listen to, awful. I mean, right off the bat, just look at the comment section before you even watch the video. Look at the comment section. There are so many fans there, former Wilder fans there, that are now saying, damn, you lied to us. I can't believe you don't want Undisputed. I love my fans. I promise my fans. One face, one name. In this interview, he openly admits that he is ducking Anthony Joshua. Openly admits he doesn't want the fight. Contradicts himself on countless occasions. Yet calls Joshua a coward saying he doesn't want the fight. Yet it's Joshua who's putting in damn offers. So I took down some bullet points just to talk about. As I said, I didn't listen to all 3.5 hours of it. Ain't ever doing that. But if anybody can find some clips or something that maybe I've missed and whatever, just take like a little bit of a snippet of it and come let me know over on Twitter. So, Wilder said in this interview, if Joshua comes up with a fair offer, we can talk. Okay, that's good. If Joshua can come up with a fair offer. Joshua already said recently, over like the last few days, that I will double your highest payday, whatever you got for Tyson Fury, I will double it as a guaranteed. And there will be upsides with it as well as. In other words, you can earn more. The better the pay-per-view does, the more money you earn. Okay? Plus, you will get a rematch. You win, lose, or draw, you get a rematch in America. All I ask for, April 13th, Wembley Stadium. Come see me. That's all I'm asking you to do. So, if that's not a fair offer, I don't know what the hell is. I don't know what the hell is. Okay? Anyway, so he says, if Joshua comes up with a fair offer, we can talk. Then he also says, even if Joshua comes up with a fair offer, I'm not interested. I would choose the Fury rematch. Contradiction right there, right? If he comes up with a fair offer, we can talk. Even if Joshua comes up with a fair offer, I'm not interested. It doesn't matter what Joshua offers, I'm not interested. He said this on a couple of occasions in that interview. He refuses to negotiate, is what he says. He just refuses. He doesn't want to talk to Joshua. He doesn't want to talk to Eddie Hearn or anybody like that. He refuses to listen to any interviews. Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. He knows exactly what it is that Joshua said. But yeah, he refuses to listen to any. Okay, so he's refusing to negotiate. Even if Joshua offers him, in fact, it doesn't matter how much money Joshua offers him, he's not interested. He also says, in the original negotiations, at the end, I accepted $15 million so that the fans could know how serious I was, to show that I really wanted to fight. Really? Really? You accepted $15 million? You didn't sign, you complete muppet. How the hell is that? I mean, come on. Yeah, I verbally accept, but really I don't because I'm not signing. And they said, well, there was no date and venue. Okay, so there's no date and venue. End of October, Principality Stadium, Cardiff, Wales. Again, he mentioned about Wembley. Like Wembley is even that important. What's the difference between Wembley and Cardiff? What's the difference? 10,000 people. 90,000 at Wembley or 80,000 at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. 1 month later. What's really the difference? But again, as I've already said to you guys in the previous video, where I broke down literally every part of that negotiation, Showtime didn't want September the 22nd at Wembley. because they wanted it pay-per-view. They didn't want it on that date because it was too close to the Canelo Triple G rematch. Wilder, are you too stupid to realise this? Anyway, moving on from there. So he accepted 15 million, but you didn't sign, so you didn't accept 15 million. You only accepted it because you thought that Joshua and Povetkin had already signed to fight each other. You just wanted to make it look like you really want to fight, but you never did. It dragged on for 3-4 months. The money's in America. No, it wasn't, because you had to go to Frank Warren. Frank Warren confirmed this. Okay? Anyway, he says that this year, so 2018, he has proved he's the best by fighting killers, while Joshua hasn't. Okay, so Joshua unified against Joseph Parker, undefeated young fighter. So he became a further unified heavyweight champion. So now owns 75% of Undisputed, right? And then he fought Alexander Povetkin, the guy that you ducked because you didn't want to go to Russia. You used any kind of excuse to get out of it, even though Povetkin was within the legal limits of his PED test. Yes, he shouldn't have had anything in his system. I've always said this. But he was within the legal limits, so that fight should have happened. So a guy that you ducked. That's Joshua. Joseph Parker, undefeated world champion. Alexander Povetkin, the guy that you ducked. So you have been fighting killers, really. Luis Ortiz, okay. Good reputation, sure. Undefeated, sure. Old as the hills, sure. People who know Luis Ortiz, who is working with him in the amateurs, says, no way in hell is he 38 years old. No way. He's 10 years older than what he's saying. Hence the reason why high blood pressure medication. How many people have high blood pressure at 38 years old? To the point where they need medication. So there's that one. But also with Luis Ortiz, who's he ever beaten? Bryant Jennings was his best win on his resume. Bryant Jennings, who the very fight before lost to Vladimir Klitschko. Would you say Bryant Jennings is a real killer? Would you say Bryant Jennings is a world champion in the making? Would you say Bryant Jennings could defeat any of the top heavyweights around right now? That's Luis Ortiz. That's his resume. A guy who went the distance with Malik Scott, who Derek Chisora sparked out, who Malik Scott went down after being hit on the gloves. Luis Ortiz, who went nearly the full distance with Dave Allen, 1 more second and it would have been in the final round. Luis Ortiz, who chased around Travis Kaufman in his last fight. That guy. Not really a killer now, is he? Tyson Fury. You can call Tyson Fury many things. Killer? No. You can't call him a killer. Even his most hardcore fan base would not put Tyson Fury in the category of killer. No. He will frustrate you and box your ears off. And that's exactly what he done. He beat you, Wilder. You got a gifted draw. He beat you. A 70% guy who's been out of the ring for the best part of 3 years. Hasn't had a proper fight in 3 years. Didn't step foot in the gym for 2 of those years. Over 2 of those years. Lived in takeaway shops. Putting gear up his nose. Having mental breakdowns. Suffering anxiety attacks and panic attacks. Getting his license suspended from him. Having UCAD and the British Boxing Board of Control stringing it out for almost 2 years. Obesity. That guy come back after fighting 2 taxi drivers and beat you. And you robbed that man. 2 killers. Really wrong. He also says that they are proving to the world that the heavyweight division does not revolve around Anthony Joshua. But it does revolve around Anthony Joshua because he's got 75% of Undisputed. What? I mean, talk about cutting your nose off to spite your face. Of course the division revolves around Joshua. Every heavyweight in the division looks at Anthony Joshua, A, because he's a champion, B, because he's a damn unified champion, and C, because he brings the money. Of course it revolves around him. But I do get his point. There are other heavyweights, and other heavyweights do need to fight each other. Not everybody should be fighting Joshua. Even though Joshua's done all the damn hard work, he's been belt collecting, while Wilder has been sat there in the shadows fighting nobodies. I do get his point with that, but only to a point. Yes, Wilder should fight other people. Yes, Joshua should be fighting whoever. Yes, Tyson Fury should be fighting whoever. Dillian White and whoever else should all be fighting everybody. Not everybody should just be fighting Joshua. I get that point. But he's 75% of Undisputed. So what you're doing is, you're making a point to not fight Joshua to prove that he's not the only champion out there. He's not the only one that people should be talking about. But didn't you promise your fans? Don't you love your fans? Undisputed. One face, one name, one champion. You've let everybody down. Joshua has brought Undisputed to your doorstep. He's the one who's done all this. He's the one who's brought eyes and ears to the heavyweight division again. He's the one. Unbelievable, really. Unbelievable. He says that, I'm not interested in fighting Joshua. I just want Tyson Fury. Yeah, we all know why, because there's no danger of getting knocked out. You'd rather lose to Tyson Fury. But in your mind, you're thinking, well, actually, I can knock him out. It's just that he's not going to knock me out. So that's going to make me a bit more brave. Against Joshua, he hits me, I'm gone. And I lose my belt, and Joshua becomes undisputed. You are so set against Joshua being undisputed that you refuse to even step foot in the ring and risk it. I mean, you lost to a man who wasn't even at full fitness and gifted a draw. Imagine what Tyson Fury is going to do to you in the rematch. Just imagine that. Listen, at the end of the day, if Wilder and Fury end up negotiating and signing to have a rematch, I'm cool with it. I have no issues with that. Okay? It's not all about Undisputed for me. It never has been. I do want Undisputed, of course I do. But Wilder and his Wildettes have been spending so much time trying to throw mud at Joshua, trying to pretend that they wanted to fight. It's embarrassing. The hate that these people have spread online, the racism that these people have spread out, it needs capping now. It needs stopping. And the only way to stop it is for these two to get in the ring. And I know that there's still a section of his fans, especially some of the channels out there, who are relieved to hear those words from Wilder that I'm not interested in Anthony Joshua. And they will back him up to the hilt. But as I said, I'm cool with a Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder rematch. But firstly, he needs to be a real man and return the favour of Tyson Fury by fighting him in the UK. Tyson Fury went to your back garden and you guys screwed him. He should be sat at home eating his turkey dinner on Christmas Day with that WBC title on his mantelpiece. But you guys ripped him off, so you should be a man and fight him in the UK. But I know fine well Wilder will do everything that he can to try and get it back in the US. Secondly, he needs to come out and say, listen, right, I do want to fight Joshua, but I feel that I've got unfinished business with Tyson Fury. Because, you know what, there's too many people out there that say, I lost that fight. I want to fix that chapter of my boxing career first and then look at Joshua after. But no. Just writing off history of Undisputed. That's what you're doing. You're just cutting it off, not interested in Undisputed. Yet all your fans have been saying, we don't care about money, we don't care about this, all we want is Undisputed. Yet your man has quite clearly ducked Anthony Joshua. He doesn't want Joshua. He never did. But as I said, if he can just come out and just say, listen, you know, I do want to fight Joshua. I do want to be undisputed. And I do believe I'm going to beat him. But right now, there's too many people out there saying that I got gifted a draw, that I'm a paper champion. Which you are a paper champion, Wilder. There's too many people out there. I need to end that chapter first. People can respect that. But not to just openly cut off Joshua altogether because you are afraid. As I said, just look at the comment section of the Boxing Voice, and so many former Wilder fans have now defected. I call them former because they were Wilder fans for a long, long time, and then they just defected now. They've seen it for what it really is. Wilder's stock has dropped through the floor. I've been telling you guys this for over a year now. And finally, just finally, you're starting to see it. So all the hate that you guys have been doing, I hope to God that you guys are going to be man enough to go around to all the channels in the comment sections where you guys have been having a go at the commentator, insulting them, being racist. I hope now you're going to go around there and apologise. Because there's so many people within the boxing voice there saying that they used to be fans of his, but now they can quite clearly see what it is. Now, finally, they've seen the light. Finally. You lied to us, is what they're saying. You lied to us. You said one face, one name, etc. I promised my fans, I love my fans. You never wanted Undisputed. You never wanted. It was all about getting fame and shouting from the other side of the pond where no one could touch you. You're very good on social media, right? Very, very good. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of it, you're just not interested. You never wanted to fight. Just like a lot of your fangirl channels. Even now, where you are openly ducking, you're openly saying, I don't want Undisputed. I don't want to fight Joshua. I'm not interested in Joshua at all. These people will still find a reason to defend this man. But you know what? They'll carry on and they'll just keep on losing subs and losing views and now getting reputations of men with female traits. That's exactly what they'll do now. But you know what? Good luck to you all. Good luck. But just remember, I told you all this from the very, very beginning. So anyway, if you guys have got 3.5 hours, go give it a watch. Come up to your own conclusions. As I said, as always, you don't have to take my word for any of it. Just go on there and give it a listen. Find your own little clips on there. And you'll quite clearly see that Wilder is just acting like a damn female. And that's not disrespectful to female at all. But a man should act like a man. A woman should act like a woman, right? Isn't that just how it is? It's in your DNA to be that way. But he's got the DNA of a female. He doesn't want the fight. He doesn't want one face, one name. He doesn't want it. Well, he does, but he doesn't want to have to work for it. He doesn't want to have to risk his title. That's why he wants a big money fight. And listen, a rematch with Tyson Fury will be a big fight. But it won't be anywhere near what Joshua will offer. Just like it'd be nowhere near Joshua versus Fury. Anyway, that's my thoughts. You let me know yours. Click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.